The main feature of the seasonal token system is that the relative prices of the 4 tokens oscillate around one another over the course of years. In this video, we will take a closer look at the price mechanism behind these predictable price oscillations. The key to understanding this mechanism is that the tokens are commodities. They are produced by the work of machines. They are economic goods like the products of agriculture or mining. This is an essential aspect of their design, because the price of a commodity is determined by the balance between its supply and demand. Seasonal tokens' demand comes from their use value. They can be used to earn passive income by providing liquidity to the markets. They can be used for a low-risk trading system that allows investors to increase the number of tokens they own, without investing more fiat money into the system. Or simply use them as a store of value. These elements are random, and depend on the interaction of market participants acting on their self-interest. The predictable pattern in the seasonal tokens price mechanism comes from the fact that mining supply is hard-coded into the 4-token smart contracts. In addition, the seasonal tokens farm smart contract has a programmed demand that is synchronized with the mining supply. And it helps to maintain the price differences between tokens. Let's concentrate on mining supply as the most important ingredient in the predictability of price oscillations. Every 10 minutes on average, each smart contract issues a batch of newly minted tokens into the system. Then, the smart contracts pose a new challenge. A resource-expensive, computationally difficult problem to solve, and the miner who first solves the problem receives the newly minted tokens in reward. There is a real cost of production for the tokens. Miners have to pay for the energy consumed in the process, invest in special equipment, a place to put it, an internet connection, and the cost of maintenance and operation of the equipment. Therefore, there is a minimum price at which miners can sell the tokens and make a profit. The cost of production of every batch of new tokens is the same. You will spend the same amount of energy and resources to mine spring, summer, autumn, or winter. But the number of tokens in each reward is different. During the first 9 months of the project, the number of spring, summer, autumn, and winter tokens per reward was 168, 140, 120, and 105, respectively. Every 9 months one of the tokens' rewards is cut in half. In June 2022, spring rewards were reduced to 84. 9 months later, in March 2023, the number of summers in the reward will be 70. 9 months later, in December 2023, autumn's reward will be reduced to 60. And 9 months after that, in September 2024, winter's reward will be 52.5 winters. In this way, every 3 years the number of tokens per reward will be cut in half. Every 3 years the cost of production of a token will double. In the sense that, overnight, miners will find that they have to pay the same amount of money for half the number of tokens. Let's call X the cost of producing each reward. Then, the price of the tokens given only by their cost of production would be the dollar cost of production. X depends on many variables tied to the broader economy, and it cannot be controlled. However, the relative price of the tokens is independent of X. By dividing the last 3 equations by the first equation to eliminate X, we obtain the price of summer is 1.2 times the price of spring. The price of autumn is 1.4 times the price of spring. And the price of winter is 1.6 times the price of spring. For example, if the price of spring was 5 arbitrary units, Then summer's price would be 6 units. Autumn's price would be 7 units. And winter's price would be 8 units. Therefore, the relative prices of the tokens would be in the following proportion: 5, 6, 7, 8. Let us call the prices given only by the mining cost of production the theoretical prices. Assuming that mining computational power is evenly distributed among the 4 tokens, a graph of theoretical prices looks like this, with spring being the cheapest token, followed by summer, autumn, and winter being the most expensive of the 4. In reality, however, prices have a component given by the token's demand. And they are subject to random fluctuations because markets are stochastic phenomena arising from the interaction of many unrelated participants. The graph of the real token's price before the first halving is this. It looks pretty different than the theoretical price graph. But notice that, despite random fluctuations, the relative prices are kept in the proportions established by the theoretical model based on mining supply alone. If prices were completely random, they could wander all over the place. But the fact that they return to their theoretical ratio shows that the economic forces of supply and demand are keeping prices in the order given by mining supply alone, with spring being the cheapest and winter the most expensive of all. When the token's prices deviate from these theoretical values, traders can make profits from the price difference, pushing the price closer to the theoretical ratio. This is a third economic force pushing prices towards their theoretical ratios. To summarize, 3 economic forces are keeping the prices of the tokens in order: mining supply, farming demand, and trading. Of these 3, mining supply is scheduled in time by the token's smart contracts to produce predictable oscillations in prices. Farming demand is synchronized with mining supply by the farm smart contract, contributing to keeping the price oscillations. And traders make profits when prices deviate from the proportion established by mining supply. There is no need for consensus or trust among market participants. On average, it is safe to assume that they act in their self-interest. The seasonal token's price mechanism is hard-coded in the smart contracts. Investors can be sure that the rules of the game are set in stone, and there is no person or entity in control. The prices keep their relative order by the influence of supply and demand alone.
To learn more about seasonal tokens, please subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell icon to get new video updates.